Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Um, Bonjour, mes amis. Was ist los? To the bank and ni hao, ni hao ma. To I have an eclectic group of friends, so I like to. Oh, forgot one group. Kadu. All right. Anyway, so let's get started. All right. Spike Lee has a new movie out. It's called Chi-raq. All right, little background on that. It's based on a Greek play about a war with the that the Spartans was having with the Athenians. In short, long story short, the women were tired of the war. Um, these women were wives that were tired of this war, and so they decided to withhold sex from their husbands until they stopped fighting. Now the war stopped. All right, in my opinion. Now that's the crux story of the story, and that's the basis of this movie, Chirac. All right. Now, in my opinion, though, that doesn't fit the Spartan way of life, whose way of life was based on war and battles. Okay, so I believe that the war pretty much stopped for another reason, and that may have been a factor, a small factor. But anyway, so that's my take on that. Hold on for a second. Mm. Um, Slightly under the well, I'm not under the weather. I just have exhaustion. Putting the children's bedroom together, you know how that is. Building new bunk beds and new fancy stuff that they got out. But anyway, all right. So basically, that's the crux of that. These are wives who withheld sex from husbands because they cared about the good men who were warring against other men in battle. These men were soldiers. Okay, so I'm making this distinction and I should bear this out as this particular video goes along, right? So, this is 10 reasons the Chirac scenario, the movie, could not possibly work with today's black women. Period. That is just strictly Hollywood. That mess happens in Hollywood and only in Hollywood. All right. Because it can't happen in real life because of the nature of the modern day black woman. Okay. So, reason number 10. All right. Hold on. The black woman's kitty has no power. There, I say, I'll take this all the way to American women. Um, but in particular, the black woman. Okay. The black woman's kitty is so worn out from all the dudes that's been through her before she got to the thug that she's with now, right? And so basically, it's elastic. But even the rubber band, if you keep stretching it um, time after time after time after time, right? It loses its elasticity. The fibers become weaker. All right. It becomes worn out. So the average black woman kitty is pretty much worn out if size matters to her. So the next black woman that come on anybody's channel talking about, yeah, you mad because your stuff is small. All right. Well, that's not saying anything about you. It's because size doesn't matter to a virgin. Understand this. Let me repeat that. Size do not matter to a virgin, but to a whore, it matters a whole lot. So the next time a black woman comes on your thing and try to make fun, first of all, you're on YouTube. Y'all, she don't even know you, but the first thing she want to do is make fun of the size of a man's penis. Then she's probably a very, very worn out whore. Not even a regular whore, but a worn out whore. Because those are the only people that size matters to. All right. So she's worn out, and this devalues her as disposable kitty. And any woman that has a disposable kitty is also a disposable woman. All right. So reason number 10, the reason that scenario possibly wouldn't work is because the dude know he's screwing something that's been run through over and over again. All right. And so she has no value. Reason number 9. If you see the arrow at the bottom going from left to right, those are the actresses in the Chi-raq film. That's how they look. If you look at the arrow going up, all these women at the top, that's how real black women look in today's modern era. Notice how they have no shame. Notice how the actresses are portraying black women with no shame as to how they walk out in public. That alone is reason number 9. These women down at the bottom, they look all right. One got her natural hair, but name a woman that don't got weave so bad that it's taking out her natural hair on the sides. All right. And then they walk out looking like this redhead female or these ones in a blue bikini, blue and yellow bikini. All right. Take a look at all these women. And you cannot tell them, all these women up at the top, that they ain't cute, that they don't have any worth. You can't tell them that because they don't believe that. Otherwise, they wouldn't walk out in public like that. That's reason number 9. Reason number 8. This is reason number 8. So she's going to withhold her kitty, right? From a thug, right? Remember, these are not soldiers. These are thugs shooting up Chicago, right? And they're killing innocent little children, right? So say she wants to withhold her coochie from her thug. No problem for him. He'll just go get her. He'll get her. Yep. So he'll go from that and then get this thing up here, right? Now, you think he gonna have a problem tapping that? She advertising to thugs. Look at the weave. The reason why she's doing this and got that weave in her head, she's trying to attract one of two type of men: a white man or a thug slash gangster slash dude that don't work, but somebody that could just come over to the house and tap that. All right, so that's reason number 8. Reason number 7. These women love them thugs. How much do they love them thugs? This woman here bailed out this dude, and I'm sure y'all saw this the story on my other in my other video. She bailed him out $3 million the first time, $6 million the second time, $10,000 a third time off of her lottery winnings. As a result of this, we find out in the news that this woman had this man living with her, and he was selling heroin with guns and all other drugs out of her house around her 4 children. If she don't think care about her children and what they're being exposed to, what make you think that she's going to tie off her coochie to a thug? All right, it's so bad that this woman spent 9 million. Hold on, yeah, 9 million, $10,000 to keep her thug out of jail. Well, that's reason number 7. You know, black women want to bling, 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 bling. All right, so see the arrow going to your left. This is a child with his hands cut off as a result of the war in Sierra Leone over the diamonds that black women love to bling with. All right, to your right, you got the hoodlums and the future monsters that the black women are raising. So they like producing generations of degenerate people. And look at how glad they are to put children with guns up in a photo that is on the internet. So if black women are proud of that, what makes you think that these black women here outside of a movie really care about what's going on in Chicago? All right. The only people mad about what's going on in Chicago are the people losing innocent little children and Spike Lee. But it sure ain't the women raising these hoodlums to your right. And they've shown that if they could get some bling out of it, they don't care what kind of children die in the process. Because black women love that bling, those diamonds, the exploitation of Africa. And for you brothers that's going to come over here and be upset that I mentioned Africa, that's what the continent is called now. And yes, this kind of stuff is wrong no matter where it is. All right. So don't get your pants in a bunch. 5, the thugs would see the black women as hypocrites because the violence that they're putting on the community, they learned at the hands of their mother, their black mother. So that's 5. Reason number 4, black women have been beating the black boys like slaves. A woman I used to talk to used to tell her son that she'll punch him in the mouth, literally punch him in the mouth. She would get into a fist fight with her son because she knew he wouldn't hit her back. All right. She don't have the respect of her children, her daughters either. She never had the respect of her son because she thought that as a black woman she could raise a boy to be a man. As soon as her son got out of high school, he promptly left the house, even to go to the streets to be away from his mom. Went in with his sister. The boy ain't doing nothing. When men try to give suggestions, she ain't hearing because even at the risk of putting her son further out there as far as mentality, she don't want to admit that she effed up in raising him and all the violent things she taught her son. Her son despises her. He'll say he love his mom, but he despises her. He don't want to live with her. He go back to the house every once in a while because that's his mom. because we're brainwashed. Oh, that's my mom. So no matter how much hatred she spewed on me as a result of her bad choices, that's still my mom. All right. She gets a pass, but you notice how fathers never get a pass? Why don't fathers get a pass? Because women trained their children to not be forgiving of any man for anything he may have done that is only slight. But women can do hell, and you're supposed to overlook that. So there's your 5 and 4. Reason number 3. Gotta go look at the birth rate. The reason why everything is going on in Chi-raq is that you have a bunch of women that are producing children with a bunch of thugs. What you don't have is these women talking to good men. How do we know that? The birth rate shows that. How else do we know that? The child support court shows that. All right. So, and the census show that. Okay. Thugs produce about 60% of the single children that are available, and 70% of all black children right now, as of today, 70% grow up in a single parent household led by women. All right, period. So at the end of the day, what can you do? That's reason number 3. Reason number 2. Black women give all men so much grief that if they were to cut out the coochie and not talk to these brothers, that would be a vacation. So not only would this not stop them from shooting up things and stuff, this would be a vacation at the grief that black women give men when they enter the house. A black man that has a black woman for a woman do not know peace. As soon as he get in the house, the first thing she's doing is going off about junk, even if stuff is all in order. Cause she don't care. Cause she thinks she run things. All right. So basically, black women give so much grief, and to make the suggestion that if any black woman was to suggest this, it would say that she thinks that the power is in her kitty, right? And this just wouldn't work for thugs. All right, they would see it as a vacation. All right, bye, B. That's what black women call themselves, and that's what their man call them, because they don't choose good men; they choose thugs. All right, so that's reason number 2. Reason number 1. Reason number 1. Thugs have no shortage of kitty from independent, black, educated women. No shortage of kitty. All right. Say they're talking to one of them actresses, right? And she cut off the cat. There's all these other sisters right here waiting to give it to some thug. How do I know this? Because apparently thugs can get it even if they're locked in prison for the rest of their midlife. Meaning that when they come out, they'll be senior citizens, 70 years old. How do we know this? This dude at the bottom left, that's Tavon White. These 4 women up here, yes, those are black, educated, college degree women that had jobs. All right. They were correction. They had what do you call it? What's that degree that most black women get outside of social work and CNA? Oh yeah, criminal justice. Criminal justice. This is for the criminals. And they talking about that kitty, right? This dude was able to father 7 children with these 4 black educated women that worked for the prison system. And I say work past tense because they're all now in prison. So we can take them off the market. So maybe thugs can't get them no more. They'll get them when they come out and run back through them. But this dude was running through 13 women. He just happened to get these 4 women pregnant. He had 7 children by these 4 women. Wow, he was locked in a maximum security prison. So these black women have so much disrespect for good black men that they will produce children, and sell drugs for a dude that is in prison for at least 25 years at that time. He has a little more added on because he cooperated with the prosecution and told them about how he had everything set up. Oh, and by the way, he turned them Negroes in. He said, I don't care. Hey, we got caught. This is how it went down. All right. Why? Because the black woman say thugs, they protect and stuff like that. Bull. They know it's bull. All right. So my final thoughts. Black women are the biggest liars to themselves and other people. All right. You know they lying. The first thing they do when they get up is lie. They put that fake hair on, so that's not their real hair. So when they present themselves to you, that's a lie. Everything on them is starting with their hair is a lie. All right, and they manipulate truth. They don't want the truth to be spoken. I mean, read the comments, y'all. Read the comments coming from these black women and some of these whipped Negroes that have no sense of pride and wanting knowledge, and they have no sense of manhood. They've been stripped of their manhood by some woman trying to get some coochie. Everybody trying to be down with the coochie. All right, the kitty. All right, the kitty is worthless when coming from most black women. All right. Again, I asked a video, how many people know any black women that don't have children before they want the husband? Most black women have a bunch of children before they want a husband. All right. Now, in this Chi-raq movie, it can't happen. The idea can't even make it off the ground um, if it's going to deal with black women. Because they punani, the kitty has no power. It don't have that kind of power. First of all, they don't talk to husband material. They're talking to thugs. All right. The people they're trying to fix are thugs. All right. They're not trying to fix men going off to war. They're trying to fix thugs. They're thugs. So they down for anything. They don't care. And as thugs, they know they have a plethora of sisters that'll screw them if the one they would try to hold out. And the one they would know it, so they keep screwing them. So this is my 10 reasons as to why, oh, that could never work in real life. Hey, but it makes for a good Hollywood movie. Spike Lee did his thing. All right, with that said, I'm out.